I've always lived alone, meticulous with my shopping lists and budget. But lately, my fridge fills up overnight with food I never bought. Then one morning, I saw the words, "Enjoy, little one," written on the fogged-up fridge window, and I knew something was terribly wrong. I've always prided myself on my organization skills. My shopping list is color-coded, my budget is balanced to the penny, and my fridge has always been a testament to my disciplined life. But lately, things have taken a turn for the bizarre. It started subtly, just a carton of milk that I didn't remember buying. I brushed it off, thinking maybe I'd just forgotten. But then there was a pie, homemade and still warm, sitting on the middle shelf the next morning. I don't even know how to bake a pie. At first, I thought maybe a neighbor was playing some kind of prank or being overly kind, but the unease grew when I found snacks wrapped in unbranded packaging. Who leaves gifts without a trace of where they came from? My unease turned to dread the morning I walked into the kitchen and saw words written on the fogged-up window of the fridge, "Enjoy, little one." I live alone. I've always lived alone. The realization sent a chill down my spine. I wiped the words away, my hands shaking. That's when I started noticing other things, subtle signs that someone or something had been in my apartment. The faintest scent of cologne I didn't recognize, the slightest shift in the arrangement of my living room pillows. Then came the mornings when I'd wake up with the overwhelming sensation that someone had been watching me sleep. I'd sit bolt upright, my heart pounding, scanning the dark corners of my room. Nothing was ever there, but the feeling lingered, like a shadow that refused to fade. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe I was just stressed. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. But then I started finding little notes tucked away in places only I would look. A drawer, inside a book, even taped to the underside of my coffee mug. They were always the same. "Enjoy, little one." I changed the locks. I installed a security system. I even slept with a baseball bat next to my bed, but none of it made a difference. The food kept appearing, the notes kept coming, and every morning that feeling of being watched grew stronger. One night, I decided to stay awake. I sat in my living room with a cup of coffee, determined to catch whatever was invading my space. The hours dragged on, and just as I was about to give up and go to bed, I heard it, a soft, almost imperceptible hum coming from the kitchen. I crept toward the sound, my heart in my throat. The fridge light was on, casting an eerie glow across the room. The door was slightly ajar, and as I watched, it swung open slowly, revealing shelves stocked with food I didn't buy. The air inside was cold, but not the kind of cold that comes from a refrigerator. It was something else, something unnatural. And then I saw it. A shadowy figure standing in the dim light, its form flickering like a broken film reel. It turned to face me, and though I couldn't make out any features, I could feel its gaze boring into me. "Enjoy, little one," it whispered, its voice like the rustling of leaves. I stumbled back, my mind screaming at me to run, but my body refused to move. The figure stepped forward, and the light kitchen flickered violently before plunging us into darkness. When the light returned, the fridge was closed and the kitchen was empty. But the food was still there, and the notes kept coming. I don't sleep much anymore. I'm too afraid of what I might find when I wake up. The food still appears, and the notes are now accompanied by little trinkets, a hairpin, a button, a small toy. Each one feels like a piece of a puzzle I don't want to solve. Last night, I found a new note taped to my bathroom mirror. It read, "You're almost ready, little one." I don't know what that means, but I know I can't stay here much longer. Whatever this thing is, it's getting bolder, and I don't think it's going to wait much longer to make its move. I've started packing a bag, just a few essentials. I don't know where I'll go, but I know I need to leave. I just hope it's not too late, because every time I close my eyes, I can feel it watching me, waiting. And I know, deep down, that it won't let me go without a fight. The days have blurred together, each one more suffocating than the last. I've tried talking to friends, but how do you explain something like this without sounding insane? So I've kept it to myself, smiling and nodding through conversations, all the while feeling like I'm being slowly unraveled from the inside out. I've taken to sleeping in different parts of the apartment, thinking maybe if I'm not in my bed, it won't find me, but it doesn't matter. The sensation of being watched follows me, a constant pressure at the back of my neck. I've caught glimpses of movement out of the corner of my eye, shadows that don't belong to anything in the room. I've thought about calling the police, but what would I say? That my fridge is haunted? That something is leaving me gifts and notes like a twisted version of Santa Claus? They'd laugh me out of the station if they didn't commit me first. So I'm left with this gnawing fear, this certainty that something is sharing my space, my life, without my consent. And the worst part is, I don't know what it wants. Is it trying to fatten me up like some macabre Hansel and Gretel tale? Is it trying to drive me mad? Or is it something else entirely? Something I can't even begin to comprehend? I've started leaving offerings, silly as it sounds, a bit of the food it brings set out on a plate like some kind of peace treaty, but it's never touched. The notes, however, have changed. Now they say things like, "Soon, little one," and "almost time." I don't know what time it's referring to, but I know I don't want to be here when it comes. I've thought about burning the place down, just to wipe it all away, but I know it wouldn't work. Whatever this is, it's not tied to the apartment, it's tied to me. I've started carrying a knife with me even in the house. It's a small comfort, but it's something. I don't know if it would even do any good, but it makes me feel a little less helpless. I've also started recording everything, videos, audio, photos. Maybe if I can capture something, anything, I can prove to myself that I'm not losing my mind. But so far, there's nothing. Just an empty apartment, a stocked fridge, and me, looking more and more like a ghost with each passing day. I've thought about reaching out to a priest or a medium or someone who might know what to do, but I'm afraid that if I acknowledge it, if I give it a name, it will only make it stronger. So I'm stuck in this limbo, this endless cycle of fear and uncertainty. And the food keeps coming, the notes keep appearing, and the shadow in the corner of my eye grows darker with each passing day. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. I don't know how much longer I can pretend that everything is fine, that I'm fine. But I do know one thing. I can't let it win. Whatever it is, whatever it wants, I can't let it take me. I have to fight, even if I don't know how. So I'm making a plan. I'm going to leave, disappear somewhere it can't find me. I don't know if it will work, but it's the only thing I can think to do. And maybe, just maybe, I can find some answers, some way to make it stop. But for now, I'm just a woman, alone in her apartment, with a fridge full of food she didn't buy, and a shadow that won't let her be. And I'm terrified.
If it gave you chills, hit that like button, subscribe so you don't get lost between worlds, and write in the comments. Are you sure you woke up in your own world? See you in the next story.